Good evening, Team Integrity. All right, we are recording and we are here to talk about our celebration recap. Whether or not you were there live, we have so many amazing things to talk about. So we're going to kick this call off with some big announcements. So we have some things that I want you guys to be able to acknowledge and celebrate, but also look forward to. And so the first thing is I want to send a big congratulations to our newest consultant, Kira Miller. Congratulations, Kira, on sharing this love with your first two people. It's just the beginning. It's an amazing journey. And so for those of you who are not consultant yet, once you hit that, you unlock so much more of the compensation plan. And then of course, executive is where the compensation plan gets blown wide open. And so many amazing things are going to be happening for Kira during her journey between consultant and executive, but we're super excited for you. And then the next thing is, I know a lot of you have noticed some of the changes going on in Isagenix, like with their branding, the evolution, even like the colors that you're using. And one of the things that I've actually been working on, just kind of not like in secret, but just kind of like on the side, just thinking about here and there, is just how Team Integrity is going to be evolving as well. And so one of the first things is look for a visual change in the group cover photo, probably after this call. That cover photo that we've had up there was something I threw together at like 3 a.m. when we were having our clubhouse retreat with a bunch of our team last December. And I've never been in love with it, the colors and everything. The idea and the team name and what it means will stay the same, but I look forward to being able to show you guys a more simple way to brand our team, because Isagenix is doing such a good job of branding themselves with simplicity, and we're going to follow that suit as well. So something else to look forward to is a new way to recognize our team and the lives that you guys are all impacting, and more on that in the upcoming weeks. But there's some cool things that a bunch of us have been learning and really brainstorming about. So you can look forward to that because a lot of you, we will be recognizing you in different ways. And again, we're also taking that lead from Isagenix as a company because they are always finding new ways to recognize people for the hard work that they've done. And I'll be talking about recognition more here in a second, but the next thing that I want you guys all to know about and be able to look forward to has to do with posting on social media. Does anyone ever go to post something and you feel a little bit stuck? Like, don't know what to do, don't know what to post. Okay, I see a lot of hands going up. So one of the ideas that we heard at Celebration during the leadership meeting was having a team Pinterest board with social media post examples on that Pinterest board so that you can see a picture of what somebody might use for a power post. You can see verbiage, you can see all the things to use as a template to be able to be inspired. We also want this to be helpful for people who are pretty new in their social media journey or even in building a business, that they can see like what are some compliant ways to share transformations, what are some really powerful and bold ways to talk about the compensation plan, and we're going to be able to categorize those and all of that. And I've actually delegated a lot of this work to my amazing husband, who's quite savvy with Pinterest, and he's on it way more than I am. So Jeff and I are going to be working on that this week and through the weekend. And then once we have that in a place where it's ready enough to be used, we'll make sure you guys have the information on that. But if you go find Team Integrity on Pinterest, you'll probably see it. We haven't posted anything yet, but I created it today. We have some boards going, and now we just have to create the content. So that's something that we're going to have as a tool to use. And a lot of the leaders have been talking about how simple and duplicatable that has been for their teams. Okay, so you have that to look forward to as well. And then the last thing for shout outs and announcements, I want to give a huge shout out to all of our Team Integrity members who experienced their first celebration ever, because now that I've been to 5 celebrations, seeing somebody experience celebration for the first time is easily top 5 favorites of every celebration I go to now. And so I want to give a special shout out to Maddie Bond, Michael Hosale, Liz Ambrose, Stephanie Sorensen, Joanna Clifton, and Char Welch for your first celebration ever. It was so fun to see you guys, hear your feedback. And I know so many of you were able to catch a lot of the recording and live stream. I would love to know what you thought. Okay, post it in the group. You can reach out to me or someone else on the team directly. But if you caught any of the segments live or watched any of the recordings, we want to hear from you on what you thought, because being there was unreal. It was so freaking cool, and we cannot wait to experience New Year kickoff with all of you. But that celebration is, they really nailed it this year. They shortened it. Everything was short and sweet. It didn't feel rushed, and it was just so fun. It was so much fun. But yeah, so I wanted to give a special shout out to those people. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about recognition stuff, but I'm going to do that probably towards the end. But before we get into, like, I know a lot of you are excited about the promotions and stuff that are going on in Isagenix, and you all are kind of have your minds on that right now. But I want to make sure we're all on the same page about life after celebration, whether you were there or not. The team is changing. The team is evolving. This business is evolving, and I want to make sure we're all on the same page. So for those who attended or have watched all of the recordings, it's a lot of excitement, a lot of inspiration, and information, okay? It will be so essential for you, for your growth, to honor the direction that your life is pointing you in, to take the time to debrief. Take the time to go through your notes, rewatch a segment, highlight things that really stuck out to you, okay? I'm going to show you what I've been doing. One of my favorite things to do after an event is highlighting the highlights, okay? So I go through and I have a different color highlighter for whatever it is, but the things that really stuck out to me, obviously if I wrote it down, it impacted me, but what are the things that just were like, you go back and you read it and it still gives you that feeling? That's what you want to highlight, okay? And then pink and yellow are the two colors that I've been using so far, but it's so important to be able to do that, to go back, because that's going to help you have focus, all right? And without focus, this business will be overwhelming, just like anything else in life. Okay, so that's something I want to make sure that you guys really understand. Go back, highlight the highlights, and if you haven't watched any of the segments yet, go into it knowing that. Write down everything that impacts you, but you're going to go back and you're going to highlight the things that are just really wow for you. All right, and then I want you guys to make a list. Okay, make a list of the changes that you want to make based on what you learned. Pick one or two to start with and just start them. So what I worked on today was going through my highlighted portions, and I'm really praying about, okay, what are the action steps? What are the things that I want to put into practice now? And a lot of the things that are sticking out to me is the verbiage that I use when I'm enrolling somebody. So that's the thing I'm going to focus on first. Could I get better at connecting? Could I get better at follow-up? Could I get better at everything? Yes. But the enrolling piece, the verbiage around enrolling people and really like enrolling them in the idea and enrolling them physically in Isagenix, that's what I've been feeling my heart led to. So that's where I'm going to start. Otherwise, I will overwhelm myself and burn myself out if I try to do too much at once. And I know you all know what I'm talking about. All right, and think about other areas of your life that you can implement these ideas into. This is not just Isagenix. Isagenix is a part of our lives, but this is a personal growth plan. This is a personal growth company with a compensation plan attached to it. You growing as a person is so important to your success, but not just in Isagenix. In your relationships and other careers that you want to pursue, other projects you want to pursue. So really be intentional about what can you take from this and apply it to other aspects of your life. All right, and we had a couple people from our team, Jeff and Lori, were able to attend the leadership summit at our church here, and I would love for them to collaborate. They didn't know I was going to say this, but it just came to me. I would love for Jeff and Lori to collaborate on what were some massive takeaways that they can then maybe do a live in our Facebook group, because so much of what they learned in that leadership summit, even though it was hosted by our church, they had people like Simon Sinek and John Maxwell and Craig Groeschel, like some of these really incredible people. Some people I've never even heard of before, that when I was at Lori's house yesterday, the day before, her favorite person from the event is someone I've never even heard of. And so like those are the things that we want to be bringing into this team just to help all of us become better. I love the analogy that a rising tide raises all ships. So no matter how us as a team, no matter how any of us are growing in any aspect of our lives, it's going to help everybody, right? So every time you're adding value to yourself, it's going to add value to your business, your relationships, your family, and everyone on the team is going to become better for it, right? So Jeff and Lori, there you go. There's your assignment for the week. Okay, and then the other thing, post-celebration, if you haven't already, you will experience some sort of post-event resistance. You will, okay? And that will distract you from making the changes you want to make. Every event I've ever been to, this happens. It could be something super small and subtle or something epically huge and obnoxious. Like last year I ended up in the ER with septic poisoning because apparently I had sepsis during celebration. It knocked me on my butt for a few days and it was a little bit of a distraction, but I knew better to know that that's all it was. All right. And I mean, I don't want to downplay it. It was a big deal, but still, I'm better. No long-term damage. Everything was fine, but something will happen. And it could be something so little, like maybe you got a flat tire, or maybe your car broke down, or whatever, or something huge and massive, right? Like a tragedy. So whatever that is, I want you to, your reaction is essential. Okay. And I don't want to downplay anything major that people might be going through, but it's so important that you take that for what it is and lean into that resistance. Okay. You can choose to let your ego convince you that this distraction is more important than your dreams, or how you want to feel when you wake up a year from now. Think about that. How do you want to feel when you wake up a year from now? And what you decide to do today is going to impact that. Okay. And if you haven't met any resistance yet, awesome. But it's coming. So I want you to still hear this. All right. So I want to encourage you guys, lean into the resistance, write it out, and make small bite-sized changes every single day. You can still let that resistance happen. You can still respond to it, do what you need to do to take care of it, but make sure that it's not taking you off the track that you know that you want to go on to change your life. All right. So we're going to dive into some of the things that are going on in Isagenix right now that are super, super exciting. So Isagenix is running a big promotion right now called Dash to Disney. Now, if you are somebody who's like super jacked about Disney in any way, go ahead and put that in the chat. I want to get excited with you. I've actually never been, and neither has my husband. So we've led a Disney-free life, and I know I'm missing out because people are so jacked about this promotion. But if you have not heard about what it is, I want to explain it to you. And I was going to try to draw it over here. I might be able to, but I want to be able to explain it to you guys on how it works, because if you're competitive at all with yourself or just in general, or you want to take a free family vacation, or you want a trip to Florida in March, or whatever that looks like, this is going to be a really great way to structure your time and your focus. And even if you're somebody who's not completely jacked about Disney World, this is still going to increase your income abundantly by doing this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I wonder if I can draw it out. I know Jeff's outside with the kids, so I want to be able to show you guys how this works. So you can look this up in your back office, but I just want to show you really quickly. So your 1 PET, is this backwards for you guys? Is this backwards? No? Oh, perfect. Okay. Your 1 PET is anyone that you've personally enrolled. Okay? Person enrolled, that's what I meant. So 1 PET is anyone you personally enrolled. So for instance, Jacqueline is my 1 PET, Kira is my 2 PET, okay? Because Jacqueline enrolled Kira. Does that make sense? So Amanda is my 1 PET, Carity is my 2 PET, because Amanda enrolled Carity, okay? So how this works is starting 2 Mondays ago on July 30th, every person that you enroll personally, so that would be your 1 PET, you get 1 point for every 1 BV for their order. Not just on their initial order, their auto ship order and subsequent orders up until November 28th or something like that. You can look at the dates in your back office. Okay? And this is everyone you've enrolled since the 30th. For the people you've enrolled since the 30th, your 1 PET, for every person they enroll, you get 3 points for every 1 BV. So you get 3 times the points for any duplication happening in your team to go towards this promotion. What's so incredible about this is that Isagenix understands that in order for you to make more money and impact more lives, you have to create duplication in your team. So instead of giving you 3 times the points for your personally enrolled, they've swapped it so that you're helping other people get paid. Like, this is the heart of the company. They want you to help other people make money because we are all hurting. We all need extra cash in our budget every month. All right, so that's the beauty of this promotion. Now, another one, so that's the Isagenix, the big Isagenix promotion that's going on right now. Team Integrity is also going to be running a promotion coming up soon. And let me see, is Amanda on? Amanda, is this a good time for you to share? I can unmute you. Oh, here she comes. Okay, so Amanda's going to talk to you guys about a promotion that she's put together. She's run promotions like these so many times, and she is the team expert on how to do things like this. So she's going to talk to you about a promotion that Team Integrity is going to be running. And then Amanda, I'll come back on and we'll talk about business strategies that are incorporated with that. But go ahead and explain the Fit for Fall promotion.
Awesome, cool. So I've put together a 30-day challenge called Fit for Fall, and I've run these challenges in the past. I've done 11-day detoxes, I've done 60-day challenges, and I've done 30-day challenges. And what's cool about this challenge is that it can attract new customers and also get your existing customers to jump back in, increase their order baskets, that kind of a thing. So let me look at the calendar. I believe it's going to start September, the first week in September, somewhere between the 3rd and the 7th. You can let your customers decide. The 3rd is a Monday and it's Labor Day. So if someone wants to start Labor Day, awesome. But it's going to start then, and then that means it'll go through until like that first week in October 5th, somewhere in there. So what this means is it's just, some people just need to be told when to start. So if you have people who have been on the fence, or again, like if you have existing customers that haven't ordered in a while, you can rally the troops and get everyone excited about a 30-day challenge. And when you don't have to put all these details on social media, this is what, when you're having conversations with people, for your existing customers, they're going to understand. Because it's like, yeah, just jump in with a 30-day system. We're going to have tight shake days, tight cleanse days, just kind of get back on track. For your new customers, it's just introducing them the first 30 days of their new Isagenix healthy lifestyle. It's not something that you would stop after 30 days, but it's kind of like a kickstart, jumpstart, everyone can hold each other accountable type thing. And with back to school, so the way that we're going to think about promoting it is like, hey, you've got your kids ready for back to school. What about you? Like back to you, basically. Get your healthy back, get your sexy back, things like that. So we are going to start promoting that. I'm actually on my computer now, working on a social media post for that. And usually I'll make a few and put them available in the Facebook group for you guys to use. But it's 30-day Fit for Fall. We're going to be promoting it in Lean Body for Life, but nothing super fancy, nothing super special. We all give our customers really good one-on-one coaching as it is. That doesn't change, but it's kind of coordinating so that everybody is kind of cleansing during the same weeks and just accountability. So the way I'm going to be promoting it is accountability, one-on-one coaching, nutritional guidance, cellular cleansing. It's really, guys, it's no different than any other person you'd get enrolled, even if it were in December. It's just that we're getting the hype and getting people excited. This is going to give you good momentum because they often will do a seasonal shake flavor sometime in September or October. So if you get a bunch of people excited, get a bunch of new customers signed on, then that will give them time to place subsequent orders for the Dash to Disney. Also have a great experience with the products, enroll their friends for Dash to Disney. Then the shake drop comes, and this is a great time to rank advance. Rachel was telling me earlier that she historically has made big rank advances during this time of year. October has always been, up until last July, which is exciting for me personally, but October has always been like my highest month of the year, or very high up there in the year, September, October. So just capitalizing on that. It's not mandatory for you guys to participate, but it's going to be pretty foolproof. You feel free to make your own social media posts too, but I'm going to make some because I love that kind of stuff, and I'll make it available. And then we're going to start promoting that like ASAP. You have to promote it more than once, several times, get people excited about it. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Amanda. Okay, so with those two promotions that are going on, again, if neither of those things are feeling like that's what your business needs right now, they're not exciting you or whatever, that's okay. We just want you to know what's going on so that if you do want to plug in, other people on the team are going to be doing these things. So I want to talk to you guys about just a couple of quick business strategies, and then we're going to be done. But a couple of quick business strategies to really change your income. And these are things that Amanda and Carity and I have already decided how we want to build our businesses for the rest of 2018. And we want to share these with you guys so that you know who's doing what, you know where you want to plug yourselves into and who you want to link arms with, because these are things that we have either brand new ideas that we're putting into practice, things that we're evolving that have worked for us before, but that we're reinventing to work for our business now. And we want to take all of you with us, whoever's ready to go, okay? So one of the things is I tell myself this a lot whenever I feel like I look at my income and I think, I know that there's more. I am so happy with what I have, but if there's more, I want more, right? Because I want to be able to do more. And if I just stayed where I was now, the dreams that I have that are just a little bit above where we are, I'll never get there, right? And remember what we talked about at the beginning, a dream is just a thought asking permission to come to life. All right. So I want to be able to give those dreams permission to come to life, which means if I want to change my income, I first have to change my outcome. So what is the result of the level that you're operating at right now? And I believe it was Nick Vujicic. I always pronounce his last name incorrectly, but at the leadership meeting at Celebration, a bunch of us qualified to go to this meeting. And the guy who wrote No Arms, No Legs, No Problem, or No Limits, or Life Without Limbs, he has no arms, no legs. He's an incredible inspirational speaker, and he was at our leadership meeting and did that talk with us. And one of the things he talked about is that your current level is the result of your current habits. And I think that was also something that Brendon Burchard talked about later in the event. Like, they had so many complementing ideas and philosophies that were really beautiful. So I want you to think about your current income is a result of your current outcome, right? The results that you're working towards, which is a result of your habits. So we're here to share some of the habits and strategies that we're implementing so that if you're like any of us and you want to adjust your habits so that it'll adjust your outcome, so that it'll adjust your income, this is how you can get plugged in with what we're doing. So I personally am going to be doing what's called a 30 and 30. A lot of you have heard me talk about a 20 and 30. And so instead of a 20 and 30, this time around, to really align with Isagenix, the promotion that they're doing for Dash to Disney, but also because I want to promote more duplication within our team and bring more and more people into this team so that we're all benefiting and all doing this life together. I'm doing what's called a 30 and 30, where I'm going to do the same process, the same numbers, but instead of enrolling 20 people personally, I'm going to focus on enrolling 10 and helping those 10 people each enroll 2. Okay? Not only will just doing that get me the Disney promotion, it'll be more than the 10,000 points that I need to qualify for Disney. Not only will it be that, but also that's going to create so much massive momentum, which all of you will benefit from. Okay, so that's my commitment to myself, to our dreams, to our family, and to our team, that I'm going to be implementing a 30 and 30 starting next Monday, August 20th through September 19th. Okay, it's actually like 31 days, but I'm giving myself that extra day of grace because we still have a lot of things coming up that we have to be prepared for as well. So I'm going to be doing that. And if you are interested at all in giving your business some sort of burst of energy, some sort of a blitz, or maybe you've tried a 20 and 30 before and you weren't successful and you really want to give it another shot, I have a separate group that I run. That I created. I don't run it. It's a group run. But I created this other group a couple years ago when I first did this. And if you want to be added to that, absolutely you can. Just reach out to me and I'll make sure that you get added. But 4 days ago, we had about 200 people in that group. And since sharing this idea, we've had so many leaders in Isagenix want to be a part of it and want their teams to be a part of it. We now have almost 800 people in that group. It has blown up. Like, people are so excited about this. So if this sounds like something you even want to just see if it would be right for you, the best way to do that is pop into that group, look through some of the posts and videos, and really get an idea of what it's all about. So that's what I'm going to be committing to. And then I know Carity and Amanda are going to be working on something. Amanda got a really good idea from a video that she watched or a podcast she listened to. Was it video or podcast? Well, Amanda, do you want me to explain what it is, or do you want to hop on and do it? Do you want me to do it? Oh, I think she's drying her hands. So I'm going to have Amanda explain really quickly what she and Carity are going to be implementing to create some different momentum in their business.
Sorry, I'm washing bottles. Isn't that the glamorous life of a mom? Okay, so it was a video training call that I actually have posted in Team Integrity. So if you saw I posted a while back, I shared a couple different posts from Kelly Dickerhoof, who has done a 5-part training call series. And she interviewed a girl named Natalia something with an M, and she's basically on fire, and their whole team is doing big, big things on Instagram. And so if you watch, actually the first 3 videos in that series are really helpful. They all kind of talk about the same thing. networking, talking with people, how to share Isagenix, how to utilize social media, that kind of a thing. First three are really good. So I think what Katie and I are going to try doing is blitzing every week. So we want to, our goal is to reach out to 10 new people every Monday and then foster relationships and conversations over, the course of a few weeks, or it might not take that long. They may look at your content and say, hey, what's that thing that you're doing? But this is not a direct reach out about Isagenix. And if you watch the training calls, they'll give more details about this. But Instagram is more, I think people are a lot more open on Instagram to talking to strangers than Facebook. And so this is where you would expand your cold market. So these are people that you do not know on Instagram, and 10 people a day, but reaching out and having authentic conversations like, oh my gosh, I love the content on your page, or I just did a blitz, just 5 minutes. It took me 5 minutes before I got on this call, and I think I blitzed like 6 or 7 people. Hey, oh my God, I love your dog. What kind of dog is that? Oh my gosh, I see we both know so-and-so. Are you her hairstylist? Like whatever it looks like for you. And we're going to be doing that. And the goal is to do that forever, not just for 1 month or not just one time, is to get used to, because in the past, over the course of the years, it's been like connect with 2 new people every single day. Well, that may work for your lifestyle, what you're doing, but I am at home with a baby a lot of the time. So I want to blitz a little bit differently and do 10 on every Monday. And then I have the whole week to nurture them, to have relationships and conversations. That's also the beginning of the commission week, which is important. So we're going to try that, and we're going to do that and do a little bit of a slightly different approach than the 30 and 30 and report back to you guys. But everybody on this call should watch the 5-part call series. And the first 3 in particular are going to talk exactly about what I'm explaining in more detail if you guys want to jump in. And there's nothing saying that you can't do both. You could totally do both.
I love it. Thank you, Amanda. Okay, so right there, you already have 2 ideas of different ways that you can get plugged in and create a different kind of energy and momentum in your business, right? Okay, so I have one more for you guys. And again, you can take any of these, and like Amanda said, you don't have to do just one, but really honor what are you feeling. I'm not asking what makes you feel comfortable. I'm asking what feels good for your business. What does your business need right now? What do your dreams need? What dreams are asking permission to come to life? And what do you need to do to help bridge that gap? And so the third strategy that you can implement, let's say you're in a space right now where the thought of building a business is completely overwhelming and paralyzing to you, where you have so much going on that you think, gosh, I know I can really give this more attention in like a month or whatever that looks like. Okay, I've been there a lot this year, and I'm telling you right now, I'm in a different space where I know this is something that I can add to my life so that I can add value to more people. I can do a 30 and 30 right now. But for some of you, you're just not there right now, and I want you to honor that, okay? Not because it makes you uncomfortable, because I want to challenge you on that, but truly just like what is best for you, for your business, for your family right in this season. So the third option is a little bit more indirect, but I'm going to encourage you guys to really dive in deep to a 2-week turnaround. So if nothing else, I want to help you create some really amazing, tangible habits that are going to change your life. So if you've never heard of the 2-week turnaround, there's a file in the files section called the 2-week turnaround. I think it's called Jumpstarting Your Business. But it's also a great way to jumpstart your life. If you're feeling stagnant or bored or frustrated, or like you just want to create some sort of like circulate some energy in your life at all, the 2-week turnaround is a really great way to do that. So just to give you a quick rundown of what it is and how you can maybe adapt it a little bit so that it's not super business focused. But the first thing that you do in your 2-week turnaround is you add value every single day. So to me, I always chose the number 3. But every day you pick 1, 2, 3 people that you're going to add value to. This could be a nice text message. This could be a handwritten note. This could be dropping coffee off. This could be making a meal for a brand new mom. It could be anything, right? Just something that's going to add value, that's going to take a little bit of your time and add value to someone else. If you are super cramped for time, it could be a 15-second happy birthday message in a Facebook message, okay? How can you add value to somebody? Because anytime you're feeling crummy, the fastest way to knock that off is to go serve somebody else, okay? So 2-week turnaround, add value. That's one of the steps, step 1. You don't have to do these in order, but that's step 1, okay? Step 2 is you're doing some sort of personal growth every single day. whether that be reading a book, listening to a podcast, you're filling your head with something that has to do with where you want to go in life. Okay. You know that I don't know how you men on the call feel about this, but a lot of times when us women are in a really like sad, crappy mood, maybe this was more like high school Rachel after a bad breakup. I just wanted to watch like super sad, sappy movies because that's where I was at and I wanted to stay there and I wanted to marinate in it. That is not who I am anymore, but don't listen and surround and fill your head with things that are keeping you where you are that you don't want to be. Think, where do you want to go, and fill your head with that information. Okay, so that's step 2. Step 3 is posting consistently on social media. What is your message? What do you care about? What do you want to put out there? That's what you're posting about. Okay, it doesn't have to be, super business heavy or things like that, but just like be authentically you. It's so refreshing, but that's going to let people get to know you a little bit better too. The 4th thing is affirmations, right? Like, what are some positive things? Like, think about the things in your life that you don't want to think about yourself anymore, or the negative things, or the things that the story you're telling yourself that's keeping you stuck. Start telling yourself something positive instead. Okay. And then the 5th thing is your goals. Write your goals down every single day. Again, you don't have to gear this towards your business. I want to help you all be the best types of humans you can possibly be, the best versions of yourself possible. So whether you want to do a 30 and 30, which is going to be like 30 days of intensity, truly it will be, but you guys, I'm not kidding you. It's so worth it if you're open and ready to do it. The next option would be like what Amanda talked about, where you just have a structured time once a week where you're blitzing and you're reaching out to 10 new people every single week, and then using the rest of that week to nurture those relationships, follow up, drip on them, whatever that looks like. And then your 3rd option would be do a 2-week turnaround. And that 2-week turnaround could turn around your life. It could turn around your relationships. It could turn around your business, or all of it. Or maybe you hear these things, you're like, gosh, I want to do all of it. Great. Jump in. It does not have to be perfect, but you just have to do something. So I encourage you, unless there's something that's not on that list that I just gave you, those 3 things that you're like, okay, this is how I want to make some changes. If you don't have that already, I encourage you to consider one of these 3 things and just start. All right. So if you're interested in the 30 and 30 or a 20 and 30, let me know. I can make sure that you're in that group. If you're interested in doing what Amanda was talking about, search Amanda's name in Team Integrity and look for that call series that she posted. Okay, so that you can watch that and educate yourself. And if you want to do the 2-week turnaround, go in the file section and look up the Jumpstarting Your Business, the 2-week turnaround document, and look at that. I print it out and I would adapt it to what's going to work for you. Okay, all right, you guys. So that's all we have for you for like coming out of celebration with promotions and all of that. I would love if anybody has like, you can use the raise hand option or throw it in the chat or whatever, like massive takeaways from the event, especially brand new people. I'm trying to see who we have on here. A couple people who it was their first one, but if you guys have massive takeaways from celebration, I would love to know what they are. But for sure, you guys, the next major event that we're all going to is New Year Kickoff in January. It will be fantastic. It's in Phoenix. Jacqueline and I are going to Chicago next month for ICU, and then a whole slew of us are going to Vancouver, Washington, not Canada, for UIA in October. All right, so, and I actually just heard today that there is a really solid, like 99% chance that I will be hosting UIA in Vancouver with David Wood. So that will be really fun and exciting. And he's crazy, so that'll be nuts. But just come to the event just to see me like sweat my ass off on stage and like chest bump David Wood. I'm sure it's going to be epic. So anyways, those are the big events that are coming up for our team. Pray that baby Briscoe comes early so I can go to New Year Kickoff because my due date is 9 days before the event starts, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work. But you guys, I'm so dead serious about these events. Even if we had people who went who aren't even really building a business right now. They just wanted to be in community. They just wanted to be surrounded by amazing people. That is what these events give you. It's like a family reunion with all your favorite cousins, all of them. None of the ones that are weirdos, none of the ones that you're like, oh my God, that person. No, it's like all your favorite cousins are at these events, and it's the best. So that's all we have. Amanda, if there's anything else that you want to pop in with, go for it. But I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. And then if anybody has other questions, we can jump into that stuff. Go ahead, Amanda.
My biggest favorite thing about Celebration was that each year I go, I qualify and get to do more and more fun recognition stuff. And not to brag, but if you are driven by recognition and by prizes and by fun, Isogenics spoils the crap out of you. I'm just telling you guys, like the hotel room that I got for One Sweet Summer was amazing. The white party for the Crystal Executive Reception was super fun. Michael looked amazing in his white tux. The start party was epic. When we got to meet the Cougars, they like rolled out the red carpet, you guys. So I'm telling you, and Rachel has done she has qualified for even more and more fun stuff. So if that excites you, you guys, Isogenics pampers you. And all they're doing is celebrating you for already accomplishing a lot of really cool stuff. It's like they reward you with more rewards for earning rewards. Like it's really, really fun. It's really cool. I want everybody to come with us to all these parties and all these receptions and leadership meetings and everything that we qualify for, because it's really cool and you get to feel like a VIP and it's really fun. So that was my biggest takeaway. And I know Jeff will relate with me on that one, because that's what motivates us. We like that kind of stuff.
They absolutely do. So Amanda, I'm actually glad you said that, because I was going to do it on this call, but I think I want to do it on the live because I want it to be something that everyone has access to. But you guys, we're going to cut this call. This call is going to be done. And I know we normally go like 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm going to ask that after I turn this call off, that you all hop into Team Integrity. I'm going to go live in that group, and I'm going to share more about this. Okay. I'm going to explain to you what all this stuff is right here. All this amazing little hardware. And for those who know me, this is drastically outside my comfort zone, but I'm doing it because I want you all to know what's possible and how fast this happens. Okay, because I know that not that long ago, I was where all of you were, and some of you were like, you can't even imagine that because you didn't know me then. But I want you to understand what all these awards and trophies mean and how fast it all happens. Okay, so if you all would do me that favor and jump into Team Integrity and hop on that live and support me, because for those who know me super well, this might be one of the more uncomfortable lives that I do, because I am still learning and embracing recognition when it's focused on me. So this is me stepping outside my comfort zone, leading by example, but I also want to show you guys, like what Amanda just said, how freaking epic this company is and how much they care about wanting you to feel celebrated, okay? So I love you guys so much. I'll go ahead and hop off this call and go ahead and jump into Team Integrity right now, and I'll be live in just about a minute.